Ici Londres.
In most continental media, Brexit is regarded as a question of if rather than when. Read a newspaper in Spain or Germany or Italy and you'll see that the tiniest little demonstration by British Europhiles is front page news, that there is breathless discussion of Gina Miller's court cases and the prospects of the Liberal Democrats and whether Tony Blair is going to lead a new pro-European party. Now that may seem utterly bizarre from a British perspective, but think of the history of the European Union. The first instinct of Eurocrats, when faced with a referendum that they don't like, is to swat it aside. It's happened in the Netherlands, it's happened in Ireland twice, it's happened in Denmark twice, it's happened in France. So it's unsurprising that they think that we will somehow come to our senses. And this explains the otherwise utterly bizarre and irrational stance taken, among others, by Jean-Claude Juncker and his fellow commissioners. Why does he want a failure for both sides? Why does he go into these talks saying, by his own account, it has to be a failure? It only makes sense if on some level he still thinks that if we are offered a bad enough deal, we'll change our minds. And that's what makes this election so critical. When Jean-Claude Juncker made those comments, it was quite extraordinary to see British Europhiles taking his side against that of Theresa May. I mean, by his own account, she was the grown-up in the room, looking for forms of cooperation after we leave, looking to retain some links, to still be friends and allies, and he was the one saying, no, it has to be a failure. Now, since the Lib Dems and a number of the Labour Remainers have spent the last 9 months saying that we want to be close to the EU in any circumstances, you'd have thought that they would at least have backed her against him. But no, they march to their ancestral drum beats. They will always, by instinct, rally to the 12-star flag rather than to ours. And so just ask yourself this question going into the election. Do we want to be represented in these talks by politicians who will stand up for Britain, or by politicians who will stand up for Brussels?